As the housing market cools and home sales are slowing, price reductions rising, and mortgage rates climbing, although we did see a little bit of relief over the last couple weeks, sellers and builders are turning to interest rate buy-down incentives to make their properties more appealing and affordable. These incentives can help bridge the gap between what sellers hope to get and what buyers are willing or able to pay, typically a win-win for all parties involved. I'm Nick Garcia, real estate agent with All City Real Estate here in the Austin, Texas area. And in this video, I'm going to provide you some insight into a 2-1 buy-down loan program that could reduce your loan payment and maybe help you get into the house that you want. The concept is pretty simple and straightforward. Sellers or builders can make their listings more attractive by lowering the buyer's monthly mortgage payments. This is achieved through a financing strategy known as a 2-1 buy-down, where sellers or builders pay money up front to the buyer's lender in exchange for a temporary reduction in mortgage interest rate. Experienced real estate agents are well versed in these tactics and can guide clients through the process with confidence or refer them to a good loan officer. By partnering with a trusted real estate agent, you can use this strategy to market your property effectively or secure financing for your next home. So what is a 2-1 buy-down? This is a financing option that offers a temporary reduced interest rate for the first 2 years of the loan. Investopedia.com says the interest rate is typically 2 percentage points lower in the first year and 1 percentage point lower in the second year, with the full permanent rate kicking in during the third year. In today's shifting market, motivated sellers and builders might offer a 2-1 buy-down to make their properties more attractive. The arrangement can provide buyers with lower monthly payments for the first 2 years, as I've said, helping them manage the costs of moving and settling in. However, it's essential that buyers are prepared for higher payments in the third year as it goes to that original interest rate. The good news is you can refinance at any point during this 2-1 buy-down. There's no penalty for that. Many lenders now offer a free refinance after 2 years if rates have dropped, making this option even more appealing. How seller pay 2-1 buy-downs work. A 2-1 buy-down is a type of seller concession where the seller credits a portion of their net proceeds to the buyer to reduce the interest rate for the program. Real estate professionals and builders often use seller concessions to pay mortgage points and buy down the interest rate. In this scenario, the buy-down can be a form of mortgage points or a lump sum deposited into an escrow account with the lender, which is used to subsidize the borrower's reduced monthly payments. For example, let's look at the cost of a 2-1 buy-down on a $500,000 home with, say, a 7% interest rate and 0% down. In this scenario, the seller or builder would have a seller concession of about $11,000 to $12,000 at closing to prepay this portion of the buyer's payments in year 1 and 2. The loan amount and the interest rate will drive the monthly payment and buy-down amounts. While this can be an attractive option to sellers, builders, and buyers, this may not work for everyone. I'm going to go over some pros and cons, and you can go over this with your agent and lender to determine the best course of action. The cost of a rate buy-down. Despite its name, a 2-1 buy-down doesn't actually lower the interest rate over the life of the loan. Instead, the payment difference is prepaid at closing. The cost of a 2-1 buy-down is the difference between the standard mortgage payment and the reduced payments for the first 2 years. Pros and cons. For sellers, a 2-1 buy-down can attract more offers, potentially at higher prices, and can help sell the home faster, leading to higher net proceeds. For buyers, this strategy can make homeownership more affordable initially and provide extra time before their mortgage payments increase. It's just another strategy to help the buyer not be so cash poor. However, buyers need to ensure that their income can support the higher payments in the future. It's important to note that buyers must qualify for the full payment amount, so a 2-1 buy-down won't help if their debt-to-income ratio is too high or credit score, all that stuff. In other words, you have to qualify for the payment at the higher interest rate, even though your payments for the first 2 years will be lower. Remember, even if a seller isn't offering a buy-down upfront, buyers can include a seller buy-down concession in the purchase offer. However, it's crucial to make an offer to close on the home's market value, as a low appraisal could undermine the effectiveness of a seller-paid rate buy-down. If the appraisal comes in lower than the purchase price, the buyer or the seller will need to cover the difference at closing. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can handle this. And depending on if it's seller's or buyer's market, could be some negotiation where all parties can help kind of contribute to get the deal closed. So when should you consider a 2-1 buy down? Sellers might consider a 2-1 buy down if their home isn't selling and they want to offer buyer-friendly incentives without reducing the price. This tactic could help avoid further price cuts as the market cools. For buyers, a 2-1 buy down is definitely worth considering if you need to lower your initial payments but prefer not to take on an adjustable rate mortgage. It's especially beneficial if you anticipate your income increasing in the next 2 years or need lower payments while managing other costs of homeownership. You never know what can happen. So especially when you're first moving into a home, you got furniture to buy, you have all these things happening. So it might be beneficial to have those payments lower in that first and second year. You definitely want to work with an experienced agent to ensure you're getting a fair deal on both sides, as some sellers might raise the home price to cover the buy down costs. Additionally, buyers should carefully evaluate their future income, as a 2-1 buy down is a temporary solution, and you definitely need to be able to avoid the higher payments. The good news is lenders will qualify you at higher payments. So even if you calculate it and say, "Ooh, I can qualify at the 2% off," remember, you have to qualify at the full interest rate. Not all lenders or offer these types of loan programs, so you definitely want to find a good real estate agent that can refer you to the lenders that do and can have that initial conversation with you so you don't have to waste your time talking to a lender. You might be able to work the numbers and just kind of determine if it's a good fit for you. Hope you learned something about how you can use a 2-1 buy down to lower your monthly payments in the first and second year. Right now, with the current state of the market, there's all kinds of creative financing options that you can discuss with your real estate agent. Again, I'm Nick with All City Real Estate. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel for more tips just like this one.